Hey, good evening. This is D Horse. Now, today I'm not even going back out for a commercial because I don't think we're going to get through a show without getting past our first topic. And I know it's going to be controversial because I know we all have strong opinions, but we all agree on one thing that women don't understand. You do not slap or you do not spit on a man unless you want to bleed and die. What am I talking about? As the host, I want to inform all listeners of recent news, and it's probably the biggest news that's going on right now. Every media outlet, social media outlet is talking about the Oscars 2022, where actor Will Smith walked on stage and hand slapped Chris Rock, which is a no-no in our community. After Chris Rock made a joke that was, I think, cited by writers about G.I. Jane, which in relations is supposed to be about the recently um, advertised bald head that Jada Smith has been wearing for quite some time. So why did this make me angry? Before I give it to my cast, I made a TikTok last night, and I wanted to be funny, but I also wanted to be serious. There is one thing as men you do not do. You do not emasculate a man. How do you do that? There's certain rules that we all understand. If I slap Chris, I expect for Chris to bite, peel. He will do whatever it takes to make sure I don't exist or quench his thirst for vengeance. So
Yes.
the thing that's going to be controversial, however, is how women, yes, I'm talking to you. I'm not going to cuss because we got sponsors. I want to talk about how this moment of disgusting TV was somehow turned into another black men don't protect black women moment in TV history. How does that happen? Well, let's go back in history, right? Because I have so much to say, but as a host, it takes me a lot to get there. Related to podcasts. Pause. So listen, the thing that I have to the comment was most men out there will always agree. Again, you do not spit or slap a grown man. So for the last year or so, Jada Pinkett Smith took it upon herself to have her confessionals, whether they were for ratings purposes. She went on a show called Red Table Talk. She discussed and confessed a sexual affair, entanglement, whatever you want to call it, with a young man that was on living in her home, one of their many homes, traveled with her, went to a award show, and she acted like this was someone she was mentoring or a family friend. Later to confess that this was her love child, not love child, but this was her pleasure stick, somebody that she was messing with. Then to go back and again inside these confessions at Red Table where she, for no reason at all, discusses how it was, I would just say, difficult having sex with her husband, Will Smith. So Will Smith on that session ended up crying, which turned into a meme. This year, Will Smith has been a part of memes, videos, and he's probably endured a lot of embarrassment and frustration due to the confessions of his wife that shared their private business. However, last night, this red brother did a vicious attack on one of my members of the DSS on stage, live TV, in front of millions watching this show. He went on TV and open handedly attacked and slapped comedian Chris Rock. So before the day ended, I really wanted to have so much to say because I was angry. I was angry at the post where women said all the men that's commenting and not taking up for Will Smith. It shows what y'all think about women. It shows how y'all treat women. It shows that y'all do not protect black women, which we have absolutely got tired of hearing, especially Chris Caesar Leo. But tonight we're going to open discussion. I want to hear y'all thoughts because I believe that the slap had nothing to do with Chris Rock. It had to do with a man who projected his anger and frustration because he could not take it out on the people that he really want to have violence with. He can't do nothing to Tupac. So guess what? My wife in love with Tupac. I'm gonna act like Tupac. I can't beat Jada, so let me slap on somebody else. So those are my thoughts. I'll come back later on the show. You know what, Chris, he's a Leo. You just can't hold it together. And the fact that our dark-skinned brother with a Will Smith book behind you, I'm really having issues with you tonight. But I'm gonna let you go first because I'm pretty sure you're gonna say something controversial, and it's just gonna put some fire into my biscuits.
Well,
pause.
Look. Okay.
Under my biscuits.
I say it like this.
Don't say that again. Pause.
Don't say it again, I guess. I would say it like this, man. Look, I'm not married. I'm not. I don't know how it feels to have a wife, but I would hope that that's how I feel about the woman I decide to spend the rest of my life with. At the end of the day, dog, I give women a hard time on this show, a real hard time. But at the end of the day, dog, if we decide to marry one, you ain't finna keep on playing with me about my wife, dog. You just not. Some shit is off limits to me about my wife. This is my woman. It's off limits. 2016, this man made a joke. I think it was at the Oscars. He made a joke where all the black people were supposed to be boycotting that Oscars because of the lack of representation. He hosted that Oscars, and he made a joke about Jada Pinkett. Then he said a joke saying, what Jada Pinkett got in common with the Oscars the same thing I got in common with Rihanna's panties. I wasn't invited, and Jada is not even there. So you said that about my wife, and she's not there. Tonight she's here supporting me. Period. She's here supporting me. And again, you got another joke for my wife, bro. I'm not playing like that about my wife, dog. You can't keep on doing that. And I get it. We want to say that comedians can say whatever they want to, and that's just like what white people with the N-word. You can say, I can't police what you say, but there will be consequences for what the fuck you say. My bad. For what you say, especially about my wife, dog. I hope I feel that way about my wife because I feel that way about my sister. I feel that way about my daughter. Shit, Hardy can agree with this. We tore up a whole club fighting a whole club of men simply because they tried to holler at my BM around me. Dog, if this is my lady, my first job is to protect. You're not gonna talk to my lady about that like that. And when it comes to Chris Rock, look, I love Chris Rock. I'm a big Chris Rock supporter. But what I've learned about the connection between black women and their hair, I learned when I first moved back here. I would pick my daughter up, and sometimes she would come out of YMCA. And she'd be just frustrated and like upset. And then other days it'd be perfectly fine. I noticed that when her hair wasn't the way she wanted or it wasn't it connected to her emotions. I know how I have a sister that deals with a similar situation. I know the connection between hair and black women. I have to respect that he crossed that line. He did not respect that. We know how black women feel about their hair. That's something that we don't have no problem. We shouldn't have a problem with being sensitive to. And this is coming from a man that made a documentary about good hair. So he knows firsthand about how important black hair to black women is. So look, I'm not saying he should have did it. I agree. I don't think he should have did it. But I'm not going to tell Will Smith he's wrong for defending his damn wife, dog. That's his wife, and you ain't gonna play with me about my wife, dog. I had this motherfucker down about my wife.
Okay,
my bad. I'm sorry.
But listen, before I go to Zay, I want to say this, Chris. Alopecia is not fatal.
I know.
All right. Second of all, so are we? Before I go to Zay,
auntie too. My bad.
In the name of love, so you say you're not excusing. I mean, you don't condone what Will did. Right.
I'm not going to tell him he's wrong. I don't agree he should have did it. I'm not going to say he's wrong.
Okay. I just wanted to get that because that same wife, we're going to go back and talk about how that same wife, did she protect her husband? Because on the show we had before, we did have that conversation. But latest man before I go to Mario.
Yeah. I mean, I hear you talking about the protect your husband thing, but as the man, Will got to show leadership. I'm going to say that I don't. agree with what he did, but I understand why he did as a man. And as you said, certain things that you don't do. I think you said slap, spit, and kick something along. You don't do them things to any damn body, especially not a black man. But Chris is absolutely correct. When it comes to a man wife, you gotta check your jokes. And as you see, as I was gonna say toward the end, as you see with Chris Rock, he didn't want any smoke. He understood it was a line that he crossed, and he'll take that one. Sometimes as a comedian, you toss a joke that you thought was funny, but it didn't quite land the way that you thought. And he caught the repercussions of it, as Chris said. But I think we talked about this with Kanye too. These guys with this money and getting emotional, and they don't have control of it, and exhibiting themselves in ways that if they were regular hood dudes like myself and yourself, boy, you are a grade A clown and a fool. Did he come to bat for his wife? He did. But we also know as men, you could have did that a little bit better. Holler at you at a different time. And I'm only saying that because of these men, the pedigree of these men, and the actions that you just displayed in front of the individuals that always say that we do what you didn't kind of help our campaign. So from that, I was saddened as far as a black man, but I totally understood. And I'm not the one to tell anybody how to handle their feelings. You got to do what you got to do and what you feel like is right as a man. And he did what he did. And so he's going to take the repercussions of it. I don't think he hasn't backed down or shied away from him. I think he just issued out an apology. And I understand his quietness at first, because you got to gather yourself. You realize, you know what, I might have made a faulty move, but I was heated at that time. And this is what I did. Now I got to face the consequences. So accountability is what he learned. But yeah, Will, I don't think that was the best. And you're a role model. That's the craziest part. Even the role that you were getting at that time, I mean, the award that you were getting at that time, like, damn, you know what I'm saying? You kind of blew it, but I understand, my brother. So yeah, I understand.
I don't understand this. And I'm going to be the bad guy tonight. But when that joke came out, if anybody was laughing the most, it was Will Smith, who thought that joke was so hilarious until Jada gave him the look and rolled his eyes. Seconds later into that joke, he finds it in him to go approach the stage. So what happened between you finding it hysterically funny to go up there and assault this man on the stage?
A night of sleep, Horace. That man said, "Is no way." A night of sleep. That man said, "There's no way that I'm gonna be able to rest in that house tonight after the look that I just got and I received. I gotta do something. I gotta do something."
Spend a lot of things, but listen. So you get up there and then you accept the award later, and then you cry and apologize to the Oscars and everybody else, except for Chris Rock. So today, your publicist releases a statement saying you apologize to Chris. You know why? Because that racist LAPD and the state might pick up that case, regardless of Chris Rock said, it's no issue here. Second, now the Oscars are saying we don't condone violence of any part. So now they're talking about taking your award away. So now I got to, because you look real happy after the show partying and getting it in. My issue with it was I just tried to process how it was hilarious, and then something changed where you run up on stage and assault a man, and then you turn up. You go from 0 to 60 like that. So my issue is, bro, be honest, from the outside looking in, even with a wife, his way, I would have went backstage. I would have handled a lot of ways, but I'm just saying, you slap a brother. I'm like Shannon Sharp, bro. From the life of us, we're going to be on site anywhere we go. We're going to be on site anywhere we go. So
that's the repercussions, though.
Yeah, I thought, I'll be honest, hell, Jada just did she put all y'all private business out there. Everywhere. Every show is some new confession. So, hey, bro, you gotta know, as a partnership, my wife is creating a grief that I'm complaining about, but that's just my take. I thought I was gonna have so much to say because I was so pissed because all the women that attacked me and said, "Oh, how you got issue with what Will did?" I'm like, because it's a man that you might not can understand. You don't slap somebody, bro. Maybe I'm triggered. Maybe something happened. You don't slap somebody, and you did that for show. I feel like it was for show, but each is on. I'm sorry, Mario.
It's all good. Before I even speak, let me start by saying this. Let me give props to what it's due. Will Packer produced this show, and he had over 85% production team, all black people. The Oscars have never had these ratings before the slap ever. It was up 50%, 56%. 15 million people was watching before Will snap. So don't let them trick your mind to think that the Oscars was just this great, because they're trying to do is diminish his great achievement of putting on a good show by saying that's the reason why the show had these ratings. These ratings and these numbers I'm giving you came before the slap. 15 million people were tuned in. Never happened before. 56% up. Great job, Will. A black man graduated from FAMU. You can't overshadow that. That slap was just the icing on the cake to take him to astronomical. But at the end of the day, that's what it was. The second thing is Questlove got the documentary of the year. That's amazing. That's amazing. That only reason why it's so amazing to me is because of this. We was coming from a trip. I forgot what it was, and me and my wife was on the plane, and we watched that damn movie. And I didn't want to. And it was amazing. The movie, it's the movie that you never will watch, and I'm telling you to go watch it. It's called Summer of Soul. I never would have picked it. I didn't want to pick it. Unlike Will, I was appeasing my wife, and I watched, and it was great though. It's a good movie. I could see why it made me kind of go in that genre of movies I wouldn't normally pick, and then try to look for those movies. And last but not least, Will Smith won Best Actor, and Denzel was in that category. That's just something remarkable too. And Macbeth was more critically acclaimed all over the world than King Richard was. See, the United States loved King Richard, and maybe even the tennis community, and maybe us as black people, but over the world, all the Golden Globes, the England Tribute, the Germany Esquire, all of them was talking about Macbeth. And for Will to win that as King Richard, as playing the biopsy of a black man that raised black girls, was amazing. That was amazing. So let's get that straight right there. From the foolishness, he won by being a supporting good father to black women. Amazing. That was amazing. So I want to just make sure we talk that, because right now, that all that stuff right there is just getting overshadowed. And I did I typed in the word Oscar before the show just to see like what come up. And as me typing in the word Oscar, I just want to do this before I just say this. I ain't want to go too long. The New York Post, Chicago Tribune, the Deadline, the CNN, the Guardian, the News Channel, ABC News, NBC News, all started off their topics. So the head of their paper was saying these are some of the slurs. Insane, violent Will Smith was the best part of the otherwise boring Oscars. Oscars in 2022, Will Smith and Chris Rock spar as winners making history. Will Smith hits Chris Rock on the stage, then wins Oscars. As you see, like I said before, overshadows a great show. The numbers were great before, and black people actually won at the Oscars this year. Now let's get to Will and Chris. See, I am married, and I thought about this long today. I'm talking about long. Like, I even came home, didn't go to the gym, and thought about this because I didn't want to misspeak. And this whole topic has so much duality to it. It's no precision line of right and wrong in this right here. It's a perspective, because we all can agree to this, and this is a fact. It's always wrong to put your hands on somebody unless they're trying to put their hands on you. That's a fact. That's just a fact. Now, we're not robots, so we have to go add into the emotional equation of this whole thing. And if I watch Chris Rock too, I like Chris. I'm like Chris. I like Chris Rock jokes. A lot of people don't. A lot of people think it's boring, but it's witty. And I like witty jokes that push the issue. And he pushed the issue on everybody. White people, gay people, Chinese, Spanish, black, women, men. He's always one line away from offending everybody. That's who Chris Rock is. That's anybody who know him on all his jokes is almost insulting every time he make a joke. That's his line of comedy. So for him to do anything else, I don't think he could do that, because that's what he's been doing all this time he's been successful on. Only thing, Tootie brought up this right here. Horace brought up this right here. And this really what resonated with me when I watched the video over and over and over, because I am a husband. So I started saying, my first initial reaction was exactly what Chris said. If a bitch play with my wife, all hell gonna break loose, and I'm willing to sit in jail happily and eat my commissary, make burritos, and do push-ups. I'm ready to go. I'm signing up for that. I'm okay with it. Because like she said, I don't play with my daughter, my kids, my wife. That's the first initial thing with me, because in my heart of hearts, I'm a protector. So my first thing is I gotta protect my wife. She hurt. But then I started dissecting that video, and I seen Chris Rock say the joke. Will enjoys the joke. Damn. He's neck right here rolling. He looks to his left. His wife off initial is uncomfortable in the seat. The camera fans off. You come back. Whatever happened in that little interchange right there, it was that look they signal, because wives and husbands have that. I can tell when my wife not feeling good. Like when she in that, dang, my wife is hurt right now.
I don't feel safe.
Got up, thought about this, walked up the stairs. He wasn't yelling. He wasn't cussing. He was not saying a word. Made a left, caught back and slapped this man. Did his jacket like this, walked off quietly, walked back to the seat, stayed there. Chris tried to have the show again. He continued to cuss him out then. My only thing is this, Will. I cannot judge you because who knows what I do. Most likely, I'm a faulty man. I'm flawed. I'm probably fighting about my wife. And that's wrong. And the only reason why I want to say that wrong is because of this. I've been hearing the same thing that Horace has been hearing. Protect. This is the way you. I've been seeing women champion this all day. This is the way you protect our black women. I stand up with a man who protect our black women. I understand that because he protect our black women. That's not the point. That's not the point here. The point here is this. Our youth mimics what they see at a high rate. Gangs, rap, and all that is caught up in our community. Our community sucks that in because of divided homes. And that's why we have so many loose kids, especially young black men out here, just loose. So now we set the precedent of saying this to our young black men. The way you protect your black women is don't have self-control. Live in the moment and put your hands on another man. Let me tell you why that's dangerous, women who telling everybody to protect y'all. Because your son, nephew, cousin, and brother is not going to live up under the same rules. They're not going to be able to go slap a grown-ass man in their face, turn their back on them, and go back to their seat. Because they're probably going to get shot down dead or beat the fuck up or sued or press charges on. So understand when you pushing this movement of that's the way we protect our black men, our black women, that's the way we protect our black women, understand, get ready for your bail money, your funeral arrangements, and all the other stuff that come with you acting other and not being able to have self-control. Listen, I was an uncontrollable guy most of my life when it came to emotions. The minute I felt like you tried somebody in my family, somebody around me, or anybody in my circle, I wanted to fight immediately. They tried us, bro. Let's go. And I seen death so many times that when I think back now, I should have been shot. I could have been shot. And it was dumb. I went to jail one time simply for fighting. All this stuff right here came from because as a man, I couldn't control my emotion. Was it justified? Yeah. Like Chris said, the time we tore the club up, the dude was 1,000% wrong for what he did. But we could have killed somebody that night and been in jail today. Mm-hmm. So everybody get all this in their emotions and say, well, I feel him. He human. He a man. The judge is not going to say, you know what? Hey, Will, when you slapped Chris, he fell off the stage and broke his neck and died. You a man, though. You was a human. You live in the moment. So go back home to Will and them and then go ahead and then say, hey, it's okay. It's okay. Bro, it's not. And I'm saying we got to find as men. I'm just saying this. I'm not saying I wouldn't have done it. I'm telling you it's an 85% chance I would have. But I'm saying we have to be better. I can acknowledge and take accountability to say, as a man, I got to find a way to have resolution without putting my hands on another man. Will Smith could have got his point across in that seat, standing up, shutting the show down, and cussing Chris out, word for word. He could have embarrassed him by pointing his finger and checking him and telling him to shut the hell up about his wife. And it would have had the same effect of shut up. And it would have shut up. But hey, man, you know, I always say it's easy to look at somebody and say, so I don't want to blame Will, because like I keep saying, I know everybody gonna overlook this. I probably would have done the same thing, but it's dangerous to push that narrative because little boys out here are gonna follow what y'all are saying. Go ahead, Art.
Let me ask 2 things before I go to Chris.
Exactly.
With the whole thing, how they spend it into about black and not protecting black women. We have a black woman involved. How would this story spawn if it was Brad Pitt walking on stage and slapping Chris Rock because he made a joke about Angelita or whatever her name is, right? So I asked somebody that and they couldn't answer. They kind of got froze, right? Because it seemed like y'all look for material that had this argument about us not taking care of women. Okay, let's talk mental health. You know what I seen in that? I seen a man that acted out of character because he broke. He didn't. I don't even know if it's a joke. I think it's me personally. Whatever Jada look she gave him, she probably made. They had a prior discussion where, hey, I don't feel safe, and this man reacted because he want to go home. And for all the damage that I apparently caused, let me go and have a moment to show my wife in front of everybody, put my career on the line, that I'll do anything for you in your name and your honor. But let's talk mental health, because all this year we didn't see Will Smith crying. We didn't see him embarrassed, humiliated, and mad, whether it's on the Red Table Talk or whether it's social media and all these damn memes that's going around. I'm pretty sure he sees all of them. And somebody made up the point, quarantine. So before then, this man had a vibrant career. They probably was never around each other that much. You know, he's Will Smith. Shit didn't slow down. We home. We probably around each other more. But let's think about this. I think if Chris Rock, now you acted out and you did this for your wife. Now, what if Chris Rock went left and knocked this man out on stage?
Mm-hmm.
Will Smith would be probably want to kill himself right now, because you know if your woman see you get your behind whooped, she's done with you. You're done. Women, y'all can say whatever y'all want to say, but if you feel like your man didn't embarrass you or he couldn't take care of the job, now you have a bigger issue. I just felt like what Will did was amazingly wrong. I just got angry at how women took this and made it into something else. And as a woman today, a woman told me, she said, I never knew like how serious a man slapping another man was. I said, you can't. It's a man thing. Just respect it. So when y'all out here, younger women trying to get your dog, your boy, your man to go out here and act the fool to show you how much you care about you, most times dudes get effed up. Most dudes get murdered. Y'all in the era now where dudes shoot to kill. So I just think it's dangerous is how convenient y'all want toxic behavior and then y'all don't. So that was my issue with it, bro. Like I couldn't get over it. Maybe I'm triggered. I can't think of nobody that ever slapped me. But all day, bro, I just kept saying, boy, like, you can't slap me, dog. Chris.
I mean, I get what you're saying. As a man, shit, I ain't letting you slap me. But at the same time, I just think that we have to put our wives, the person that we chose to spend the rest of our life with, we gotta set a precedent that no one can play with her. You don't let nobody play with your homeboy. Nobody can just your homeboy sitting here doing nothing, and then somebody just come and trying him. I'm not at a comedy show. I didn't come to a comedy show. You're not the host of this Oscars. You're just presenting something. This is the second time you didn't say something about my wife, unsolicited. She hasn't done nothing to you. She is here. She's here to support me. I'm being celebrated, my brother. I should be getting an Oscar tonight. This should be a celebration of me, bro. Don't do this. Don't shit on me while my whole family here. Not to mention, I've read this man book, cover to cover, dog, and this is an amazing book. He talks about being challenged about feeling like a coward when he was young.
Thank you.
Being bullied when he was young. He talks about his mother, him feeling like amplified him feeling like a coward when he couldn't protect his mama from his daddy beating on her. So I'm pretty sure stuff like that come about. He also talked in this book how his daughter had a hit song, Wave My Hair Back and Forth, where he pushed her to try to be exactly what he was after she got that hit. And she didn't want it. She just wanted to get the hit, and that was it. But he kept on pushing her, and he kept on pushing her, and she ended up cutting her hair bald just to send him a message. So I think all these things triggered in his mind to say, dog, look, bro, I'm having a rough year. I already have a connection with my daughter with cutting her hair when I tried to push her after the whip my hair back and forth video. My wife is going through something, bro. It might, alopecia may not be nothing to you, but this is my wife. I'm pretty sure she values her looks. Again, we have to understand the importance between Black women and their hair. We don't have to, just like they don't have to understand about men slapping the men. We don't have to understand the importance and emotional connection with their hair. But it's there, dog, and we got to respect that shit.
Chris, I understand because I know you and I know your feeling towards women, and you got that almost like pit bull character towards protecting women. That's why I laugh when women say we don't protect Black women. But all that you cited, because maybe the bias of reading the book, all those are real problems. Them not my problem. So you getting on stage to please your woman and assault me could have went horribly wrong. Like Mario said earlier, we make crazy decisions. Yeah. I'm saying overall, for all y'all cheering, it could have went horribly wrong, and it still might be. I think the LAPD is gonna make this into something else, right? I think they're gonna get involved, and that's gonna be on his legacy forever. That little moment, it really don't give a damn about either one of us.
All I'm saying is, can I ask this question?
You gotta watch how you conduct yourself.
I agree. I just want let's pinpoint on that one part right here where you said this. Right now, when you said all the stuff she was going through, right? And I see a lot of people been saying that. Like, we don't know. She probably was crying the wheel about her hair, like Chris said. That might have been something real drastic and damaging to her life, right? And as a husband, to see your wife going through that, then that's the case. Then the minute you tell that joke, I should be hot.
Yeah. Look.
So, and right now, that's just all intents and purposes. Let's believe Jada is distraught over her hair, and you're her husband. So if I come home every night and see my wife worried, upset, depressed about her hair, the minute you say something about her hair, I'm snapping. I'm not laughing at your joke. She don't have to give me a wink. She don't have to give me. I probably won't even look at her to see her reaction. Because the minute when you say the joke, you say my wife's name, and you say something, and it triggered me that, well, my wife done. Oh, I'm on you. If it's that. But how, knowing you stood up at night, she was bald, it's traumatic to her, you head back laughing. But one look.
There's no other answer for that.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Everybody keep making up all this stuff. I'm saying Will laughed.
Hysterically.
Not like a little, This nigga laughed at the joke.
He rolled.
So I understand. He simply acted that way to defend his wife. He didn't think it was a bad tasting joke. He didn't think it was a bad comment because he would have reacted different off initial. He did that simply to defend his wife. And that part I understand because as a man, it puts you in a bad position. So that's why I keep saying it. And I see no much. I told my wife that I say, I really don't want to talk about this subject on you. Because no matter what you say, I'm gonna look at the comments and people are gonna continuously let what you say go over their head. It's gonna continuously. I could say 1,000 times, hey, I would have did the same thing. That don't make it right.
Right.
He human. How you judge him? I just said I would have done the same thing, but that don't make it right. That's all I'm saying. I do wrong stuff all the time. I'm human. Your justification can't be, oh, we're not perfect. And nah, bro, wrong is wrong and right is right. Now, do we have sympathy and understanding because of why you did it? Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Let me ask you something. So let's spin this. So before this incident, say this never happened. When Jada Pinkett chose to get on her soapbox and on all those podcasts, which she's talked about various private things, which humiliated Will Smith. These same people that are talking about men don't protect Black women were the same ones goddamn sharing the memes, the posts. Everybody was out here laughing at Will Smith. So it's amazing. I just see hypocrisy in it, right? So everybody talking about they going through a lot. They may be, but them I ain't gonna say sins, but that's your personal business. Will Smith, I understand, but I really feel like him, Kanye, all these brothers going through some stuff. Hell, it's already tough being a celebrity. I told Mario earlier, I did a TikTok and it got to 80,000 views. And I'm reading some of the comments in the damn thing. And I'm like, bro, some of these people, man, I can understand will say the most craziest, absurd stuff to you knowing that you can't never see them. But I don't think they don't get up in there, right? So, yeah, man, I just probably had more issue. Chris, I understand. Protect women. My issue was you don't slap a man, but I really got triggered more about the women that attack men saying, oh, this is what I'm talking about. Yes, Will. That's how you do black women. You protect them. And I'm like, yeah, but that same nigga go to jail, get killed, stabbed. You did all that for your moment of glory? Come on, man.
Worse than that, though, Horace, Worse than that, Horace, is the example that he said. And so, Mario hinted on something that I was saying, conflict resolution, the pedigree of men. And you know what? Let me start from the beginning. Hats off to Chris Rock for showing that type of confidence and that type of bravery, because I don't even know what else to call that, because like you said, any four of us would have dove on his ass right then and there, because you out of your ragged ass mind if you think you're just gonna put your hands on me unwarranted. But he did what I feel like Will should have done. That's why I said I don't agree with his action, but I totally understand where it came from. But you got to look at Will. Young men look up to you. Just keep it a buck. We've been talking about this. Damn what the women talking about, because we already know, like, we love y'all to death, but y'all emotional, so y'all gonna think with that part of y'all first. Logically, as men, if we're saying that we're leading and we're protecting and we're providing, we got to lead. Sometimes in leading, you got to do the nastiest stuff, and you got to take some of the grimiest things to set an example, because that's what leaders do, and show the others that's coming up what not to do. So we've been hitting, and we've learned that from we were kids. Somebody offend you this way, you offend them right back that same way, right where they did it, but that didn't get him anywhere. Because again, just like you said, his biggest night is it could potentially be over with or kaput because of emotional reaction right then and there. And then I say this though, I'm gonna button it up, but I'm gonna say this though, as men who have transcended from the streets to trying to run our own businesses, be fathers, and be straight up upstanding men, we can't keep doing what we used to do when we were jits. We got to find another way to do it. So, Chris, I hear what you were saying, but I'd have had to holler at him at a later date. And, just like they used to say back in the day, I see you at 3 o'clock, but I'm going to see you when it's over with. You're going to have to holler at me about that, because that's crazy. But I don't think that was the perfect example. But go ahead, Hart.
No, well, I wasn't before I go to Chris. I'm not rushing. I wasn't rushing you. I just had a question. Like, I'm looking at Blue comment, Hard Times, do you think he didn't know about the thing? How do men and women be so far different? Like, we're not that far different, but hearing the women take on it and then hearing the male perspective, and I'll be like, how do we see everything so differently, man? Like, no matter what was presented today, it just seemed like we just got two different perspectives on it, and I just could not understand that, Chris.
I'm gonna just keep it real. I have an auntie and my sister in the comments right now. My auntie suffered from cancer and had to go through chemo and all that other shit. If somebody would have played with her at that time, I'm going in their shit. If a nigga make a joke about the police shooting somebody, my daughter or my sister in the face, I'm going in their shit.
Will you apologize? Can I ask you a question?
We were trying not to be cussing on you, Chris.
My bad.
Hold up. Will you apologize a day later?
Huh?
Hold up. Now listen.
Would you apologize to?
Would you apologize a day later? I'm asking.
Probably not.
Right. Know why? Because you meant it.
Yes.
Because you thought you were protecting them. So why apologize? Yeah. That's what I'm saying. You can't pick when to stand on something. If you're gonna stand on something, stand on it. If you walk up on stage and slap somebody and you're willing to throw it all the way for your wife, well, go on right there then. I just told you before I started my thing, I said, if you play with my wife, I'm willing to go sit in jail. See, I didn't say I'm willing to get slapped back. I knew the further thing can happen is I'm gonna go to war. Once I slap a man, it's on. Anything can happen. I know it's probably on site for the rest of my life with him. And if you press charges, I'm going to jail. So I'm not. What am I saying sorry for? If you disrespect my wife, I'm never sorry for slapping you. I'm gonna slap you Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday 2 times. So what am I sorry for? If I feel like you disrespected my wife, because then you're gonna say, just because. See, that's what I'm saying. Everybody always got excuses for everything. See, so you're 100% man for this, but you playing the game over here. So if you playing the game, then sit down in your seat and act like this. Oh no, he was overrun. Okay, so then tell people I didn't apologize. Like, bro, like at some point. You can't pick and choose when you want to stand for something and when you don't want to stand for something. Dog, once you put your hands on somebody, bro, you cross the line. So go on out the door.
I understand Chris gonna have some bias. He's surrounded by women. We know how he loves about women. Let me tell you somebody that triggers me. Valou PL. I suffer from alopecia and know men and women is not a joke. I see men saying, oh, she got a shortcut, it will be all right. And people keep bringing up, oh, y'all are more offended than he is. Let me tell you what interesting part about it. Listen, I don't know much about alopecia. It's not cancer. It's not fatal, right? Jada, this is me, has presented and worn. She's presented and walked around with her hair and whatnot. I'm not a beauty stylist, but she could wear a wig, whatever. It's all kind of stuff. She courageously wore her hair short and shared that with the world. Was the joke probably bad? Honestly, yes. Was it lame? Yes. But you gotta keep either trying to be dramatic about it or turn on this victimization. And I just hate that about the estrogen community, right? Y'all are trying to make this into some victimization where, like, God, maybe I'm the ass butthole tonight, but
Will Smith for God.
Make us to be the monsters.
Or Will Smith for God. Like, some people just can't see. They don't want to say he did something wrong. Like, cause dog, I don't care who it is. You wrong. Bro, I'm saying that don't mean that I'm not wrong a lot of my life. But that's one thing about us, dog. We can't. Stephen A. Smith said this the other day. Black people are the only race of people that can't take when somebody say you're wrong or they disagree with you. Because if not, you hating. Then here comes the name and the belittling and all that. Bro, if you're wrong. That's what I'm saying.
Somebody said he never did this before. Wrong. Last year, a year before, he slapped the dude that tried to kiss him. Now that was awful, but you slapped. Somebody but tell Will, you slapped, because every black man at home, when he slapped him, what y'all said? Shh, can't be me.
Did it too.
Be me.
Learn
that.
I think he felt pressure from from the narrative that's going on now about protecting black women. I remember that it triggers a lot of us, because I remember Hardy had a big whole rant and basically telling women, hey, we want to know how to protect y'all and what we doing wrong. So I maybe that was a part of it. So I don't really like that narrative. Another narrative that I've been hearing that I dislike is calling it toxic masculinity. Right now, if that's toxic masculinity for being violent to somebody that you're trying to defend someone you love, then what was Solange when she did it to Jay-Z? Because we didn't have the same feelings for that. And this is the same situation where I'm going to be violent towards you in honor of the person, of someone I love, protecting them. It's the same concept. Now, I know one was done on national TV, but it wasn't like the other one was done in the privacy of their own home. It was done in a public place in an elevator. So I don't like the toxic masculinity narrative that I've been seeing coming out of it. But as far as with Chris Rock, man, I want to applaud him for his professionalism. Like, look, there's a saying that comedians can say what they want to. I don't believe that per se. I believe that, like I said at the beginning, I associated like white people with the N-word. You can say whatever you want to say, but there could be consequences if you say it to the right person at the wrong time. I get that, but I thought he was being professional. He kept the show going. He kept on doing what he needed to do, and it would be hard because he got to go home to a wife. He got to go home to a kid and explain how I let somebody violate me like that. So I want to give a big shout out and support to him too, because I like his career, I like his material, and I just think it was an awful situation. But what I hate, and I really hate, is us comparing ourselves to those people as if those people are the barometer of what's it,
right and wrong.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, no, those people are some of the most child raping. I'm sorry, but They do a lot of stuff in those businesses. Those people do a lot. They're not the barometer of morality at all. So we shouldn't be saying, "Oh well, we look like this in front of them." Fuck.
God dang it, Chris. What's toxic femininity though? Because seeing all these women encouraging, oh yeah, he should have did X, Y, Z. For what? Your fulfillment? For your satisfaction? Because it's consequences that come with it. So when, let me say, Blue, do that, we there somewhere, and I go over there. You try that in Revere. Bro, you just lost a boyfriend. If not, it ain't too far gone before somebody get them. Like this Hollywood stuff might be a little different. But I'm just saying, think about the mental of what you're saying. Like, oh yeah, he went on stage, he did all this. Yeah, it's consequences. And he's gonna have consequences. His career now stained.
Yeah.
They probably gonna pick it up. All this for your satisfaction. When I'm just saying, I get it, protect our women, but you gotta move a little smarter. So for him to laugh, ha ha ha, and then you say, I don't feel safe, and then you go up here and
well, according to the comments, you can slap somebody and then just apologize, and you can just do it's okay,
bruh.
Yeah,
but we wrong.
Okay. For sure, it's okay.
He wouldn't slap nobody else.
I just feel like to make that drastic of a move, I'm gonna be willing to stand on that,
bro.
That's all I'm saying. That's just me. And these people on his show know I am not capping when I'm saying this. If I make that drastic of a move, I'm willing to stand on it. I'm not you couldn't pay me to apologize because I meant it. Because if I feel like you really disrespected my wife that I lay next to, that I pledge to protect for the rest of her life, then I'm never saying sorry. It's F you every time I see you. Right. Every time I see you, it's the same energy. Because I feel like you hurt my other half. My rib is hurting right now. Every time I look at you, my rib hurts. So I see all the cute, oh, you can be both ways. No, you can't be both ways. Because that's when it come into, that's my wife. And if I feel you hurt her, you hurt me. And every time I see you, it's up. So I'm never apologizing. We're not shaking hands. It's up, nigga. And you better keep me from around. On the ride, it's going to say, seat Mario in seat 10A and put him in seat 24B. Because I don't want them niggas nowhere near each other. Because he played with his wife and it's up. But if you can't have that energy, then be like, oh, you know what? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. We have to. Oh, no, brother. Because you can't slap somebody. You can't be just so overwhelmed and slap somebody. And the next day, my bad, bro. This shit I got out of hand, man. All right. Yeah, I know.
Bro, Laverne Cox. Laverne Cox, the transgender model, host, whatever, did the same similar joke about Jada. I can't think of somebody else made the similar joke. I don't know if anybody else told that joke on stage that you would have walked up there. Like him and Chris do have a strange relationship, so maybe he feels safe enough knowing he's not going to expect this, or hell, I got to do this to my homeboy, which is. But I feel this, not to cut you off, Tootie. If I felt what Chris said, because that could be true. See, I'm not throwing nothing out the window. Yeah. What Chris said could be true. He could feel like, bro, you played with me in 2016. That's what I'm saying. So if you felt all of that, then you feel like this man been trying you and your wife.
Karen.
Like you said. Because that's a good point. Like, bro, my wife didn't come to the first one. And you said something. Then she come here. You not the host. You coming up here to introduce, and then you find a way to pick up my wife again. So if I believe that, if I do believe that, I'm not saying I do or not, but if I do believe that, I feel like you trying me, bro. And it's
how I feel.
And it's never sorry. It's forever F you. And that's what I'm saying. So for you to have that aggression and everybody keeps saying, oh, he played with him. Okay. Then tomorrow you apologize to him and said, I shouldn't have slapped you? No, I shouldn't have slapped you. I should have punched you in your mouth for playing my wife like that in 2016. But I let it slide all the way to 2022. And now you got the beat down of your life. Because you're right. I vowed to this woman who's sitting on the side of me that she'll never have to feel uncomfortable in the eyes of another man. Will you with me?
Not in front of me.
Now you can't do nothing about the internet. Who am I? You know what? I understand that. My wife told me this before I got on this show, and I'm sure she said, "Mario, you think a lot different." And you're right. My granddaddy told me this, and maybe I live by this to a fault when I was growing up. A man who stands for nothing falls for anything. You got to be willing to die by some shit. Period. Excuse me. You got to. And family got to be one of them. So all that, I'm sorry, ain't never sorry. It's always up. It's always about money.
That's how I feel.
Right.
I feel like that. I feel like that, dog. This is my wife, bro. You cannot do that. You can't do that to my homeboy in front of me. Ain't nobody gonna sit there and try y'all in front of me. Just straight up. And y'all ain't do. I'm talking about y'all ain't did nothing to this man. Y'all ain't said nothing to him.
Right.
You gonna have to see
That's
about
why I
that.
have to think that Will didn't take it that offensive. Because if he did, then it's always up, bro. Like, I ain't trying to be funny. There's some people right now in Hollywood who you can't sit them by each other.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's not no joke, right? These are humans. So it's some people like 50 Cent right now crosses lines daily. Irv Gotti and 50 Cent, you could not sit by each other. It didn't matter what they were gonna lose. It didn't matter. It was up. So you mean, like you said, them homeboys. You stabbed my homeboy, not my wife. Come on, bro. Dog, but this is the only thing I have to say. When people keep saying Chris Rock knew better as a comic, Chris, bro, did y'all listen to Delirious? Did y'all listen to Martin back in the day? Do y'all know what Red Fox used to say about people? Did you know D.L. Hughley is funny right now because he attacked the first 3 rows of every show. Wives, everything. You said in the first 3 rows of a D.L. Hughley show, you done it. I went to a Mike Epps show. He killed the first row. He killed this man's wife so much on the first row. So all this right here. So now it's like, that's why comics scared to be comics now. Because now, don't get me wrong, you can't say anything, but God, dog. like you know, I'm saying that wasn't a regular guy. That wasn't Tyrese walked up there and said that. He is a comedian by trade. He's just not a funny guy. That's his profession, to be a comedian. Like, he tells jokes. His brain is just, Tootie is like that. He's constantly thinking of funny stuff all the time. You write jokes. Your mind is like that. Chris right now is a rapper. When he was in rap mode, he hear beats and it's going to, no, that's what your mind is on at all point in time. Sometimes you hit, sometimes you miss.
But let's be honest, right? So Chris Rock, as of this afternoon, his remaining shows of his tour have sold out. If he ain't got new material, so we love drama. But I do want to highlight
that same shit.
So then I had women say, I don't even know what that played into it. Oh, yeah, because there was an entanglement, so it's not cheating. That all that came back. I don't care about none of that. I really didn't care about any of that because that came back into the conversation as well. But at the end of the day, bro, on another note, and before we close out, at some point, if I was a friend of Will, I know y'all done said y'all life partners and married, but this is some toxic stuff, like to my definition. Like, bro, it's just at some point, bro, y'all put so much of y'all private business out in the world that people feel like they're a part of it. Stuff that we didn't need to know. A lot of people painted y'all as this. What's the label people use about the road treating couple and whatever? Y'all was that couple. And then all the stuff fell out the closet that your wife chose to share, and now it's all chaos. You know what I'm saying? So you got to take some responsibility for the demons and the stuff that you then shared with the world, because Chris is going to profit from it. The way he handled it, bro, I couldn't do it, but watch it pay off for him, absolutely. But, bro, I love women. I love them. But I don't know. I'm sorry, women. I don't know if I'm going to let one destroy me or kill me. Because me, if I got to go in the club every night to fight to prove my love, like on the 5 Heartbeats, it's one night I'm not going home.
But if you choose to marry any one of them, shouldn't that be the one that you would do that for?
Right, I'm a little devil like that. That thing now, I move a little different. Like, I'm gonna get Chris, but I'm not about to go on stage and do this. No, like, I know what's at risk. I get you broke, but after that, I'm gonna go to the bathroom and I might go back there and wear Chris Rock out like a coat. But I'm not gonna be in a position where I feel like I'm doing stuff to appease your insecurities all the time. That's my take. I know it's not popular, but you created these problems, and now I got to clean it up because you don't feel safe or you feel embarrassed.
But that's the thing. She didn't create a problem. You picked on her in 2016, and you picking on her now, and she's never said nothing to you.
Bruh, can I be honest? Since 1997, Jada in her mouth has been tied to so much messy stuff.
Yes.
I can send y'all some stuff, and I'm not trying to present a case against her. But the way you move, you got to be open as an entertainer to take some of that stuff that you putting out into the universe. I showed you the show today where it was on in 1997. Like before Jada met Will, it was Jada the Thrill.
I'm just saying, I wonder if all these mamas would, if they son come home and say, my girlfriend was getting, they was heckling my girlfriend because she got alopecia in school, and I beat the crap out of cuz in the front of the class. Would you say, hey, good job, son, way to protect that black woman?
Nope.
I wonder. It's just a question. It's just a question. I wonder if that would happen. Because that's what I'm saying. Like, people talking about that. Me and my wife talked about that. Because I told her, if I can't say I'm gonna do something and tell my little son, hey, you can't lead by with your mouth. I keep saying that you gotta lead by your actions. So now if Jaden Park somebody, I don't want him on the hey son, you know you gotta, hey, I protect your mama. Like I'm gonna teach my little boy, like your mama, nobody not gonna play with your mama, with me. Like that's why I don't get offended when they say black men like don't do this and don't do that. Man, I'm not worried about that. Any woman around me, I'm gonna protect them. I ain't never in my life had to worry about that. My wife married, she feels very protected. Her mama, her sister, my daughter. I'm never worried about no woman around me not feeling protected. So I could care less about what somebody think. But one thing I do know is I got to do that time.
Bro, look at the 3 comments. I'm gonna show you my agitator. Did you tell a joke? Making she's not worthy of protection. Vulu, I'm sorry. Certain women, y'all burn my biscuits. I'm just gonna say biscuits. Like you keep trying to spin something that ain't like, you know what I mean? All show these men are talking about protecting women, and Savannah, we talking about this action that happened, and y'all try to create something, but I don't know, man. I just can't.
Did anybody think about this? Why wasn't it? No, baby, don't go up there. Why wasn't the protection of him? Why they come both in that moment protecting each other? He could snap, and then she could have, oh, baby, no, not like that. Why we couldn't have that? That dual protection when you both covered with each other, equally yoked. Like you looking out for my best interest, and I'm looking out for your best interest all at the same time. And it turned into just an argument of my wife trying to hold me back and coming back to my senses. But that would be too much, like, right?
They protect
all women. I thought I was gonna be on the wrong side of this fence when I seen what's the dude name who cheated?
Jackson.
Yeah, when I seen him come on there, and he kind of mimicked some of the stuff I was seeing in his comments. I said, yeah, I'm gonna probably be on the wrong side of this discussion tonight when I see Derrick Jackson come on here. And anybody who go back and look at it and say, man, I kind of agree with Derrick Jackson. You should be ashamed of yourself.
Listen, I didn't call your name Blue. I said Valu, Pierre. That is this agitator here is what I'm talking about, not you. Listen, again, if Will Smith ran up
girlfriends, hold up. So girlfriends, so black girlfriends shouldn't be protected?
Right. They're not women, of course. They're girlfriends.
So girlfriends are not wives. So black girlfriends. So if a girl she's not my wife, I shouldn't protect her?
No, of course not.
Is that what you're insinuating?
Hold on, what?
Pin that, Horace, please.
Put it back on there.
So are you saying that I shouldn't protect my girlfriend, only my wife, as a black man?
Crickets.
I want to know from a black woman, because we can't speak. So I'm asking the question to the black woman, because I seen Blue said girlfriends are not wife. So should I not protect? Because 3 of these guys on here are not married. And I'm pretty sure y'all want them to protect black women too. So should they not until they get married?
Married. No, crickets.
I don't know what she talking about. Listen, man.
Why? Your son could be Zay. Zay is somebody's son. Should he not protect women until he's married?
I'll tell you what, bro. If Will went up there, got knocked out on stage,
wow,
how that conversation goes.
Hey, screenshot that. I need it.
No.
It's forever in eternity.
I need it.
Yeah. All right, man. Listen. We had such a good show planned tonight before this whole Will, Jada, Chris Rock thing that
we did.
We'll save it next week. Yeah, because it don't flow into nothing. That absolutely does not flow for nothing. Despite having our conversations on here, Chris had 3 bloopers. They had a half a blooper. Mario had 2. I don't know what my infraction was, but you know, one thing I say, you're not gonna come on here and talk about
said
brothers
Blue.
not protecting black women.
You said Blue. That was your infraction. It went downhill from there. Why you mention my name?
And Blue ain't letting up.
No,
And
up.
she went to Orange Town.
She just like Blue, just like one of us. Boy, once it's up, it's up. We ain't trying. We ain't apologize for nothing.
yeah, but we know when we pop the top, it's consequent. Like you've made a decision that I'm about to go 8. Right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna be like slap it. Oh well, you know, I'm so sorry. Listen.
No, bro, I made it a long time ago. I remember Horace had this conversation with me one day. This, you know, he's all esteemed guy now, but he used to roll amongst the pigsty with the lower class like us at one time. We was running the streets of the mean city of Revere Beach.
Whatever.
And I remember he was a little older than us, so I remember one day he came down here like, all right, bro, you know you got to make a decision because one day you're gonna have to be accountable for your actions. Period. Yeah. So whatever it is, you're gonna have to stand on this. And that's true. And I had to say, and I told him right that day, whatever it come with it. He said, all right now, whatever come with it. And I understand like that more in a man. Like, bro, I knew what I was getting into.
Right.
Like
that's the crazy part of Heart. That's what I was talking about. Like us coming from where we come from and trying to transition to where we trying to go. That's why I commended Chris Rock in his part that had to do with this, because boy, that's hard to do. And but ultimately that's what we're trying to learn to do. And try to teach the ones underneath us that you're not uncool if you choose that route, if that's the route that you choose, which is hard when you see everybody else going to put their hands on the nigga, you feel me, and get their point across, and then you have the girls going, that's what I'm talking about. But then them the same girls that ain't going to do nothing for you but cry for half a second when they fire your ass up, because we are from Revere, and they are coming, and that thing sounds loud, and it doesn't stop shooting for a long time. Everybody can attest to that. So that's what happens when you put your hands on another man and you're not willing to stand behind your product. Ain't no apologizing later on. So you got to be careful, ladies. I hear what Horace is saying. You got to be careful what y'all championing. Like we're saying, boy, we don't condone the action. We totally understand it. And every man got his cross to bear. He got to choose what he going to do at that point in time. Like hard to say, hey, man, you got to make a decision. Stand on something or you going to go for everything. So, Will, my boy, you in a pickle? You chose what you chose.
I want to say this. This is the last thing. What Chris is saying is the invoke of you were saying, I hope you are gonna feel like that about your wife. Let me tell you something. Like you are who you are. Like I ain't trying to be funny. You are who you are. The same way you love your sister, you love I'm saying that's how your compassion is for women. That's why I know how Zay treat women. I know how you treat women. I know how Horace treat women. So a lot of times that's why you can't get wrapped up into what somebody sees as a snippet. Because the women in your life know that you'll go above and beyond. So you're right. I have no smidgen of doubt that if you was Will and that was Jada, you would have been still beating Chris Rock to sleep right now. But that's my point. But the only difference is I don't think you would have been like, damn, my bad, bro. Because it's not my bad. Because you meant to do that. That's the only thing I'm saying. If you think he meant to do that, then go ahead.
Just stand on it.
You gonna slap me, then turn your back and walk off?
No,
that's crazy cool. Right there in itself.
No,
you on your back,
hey,
understand that? What?
Because he did like this. He
that nigga did this here.
Adjust yourself.
Hey, at that point,
on the back of the head, boy.
That was worse than the slap. The fact that you can't turn around and say, I'm gonna walk back to my seat like it ain't nothing.
There's a beautiful movie called Players Club where that boy said, Miami style, baby. That's what he would have got, boy, immediately, boy. That's crazy.
Listen, we got to talk about a thing that's real serious. Where a man walked on stage, assaulted a member of the dark skin society, turned around, fixed his coat, walked back to his seat, and enjoyed the rest of the show where he would later receive an award. Yeah. Red privilege is something that we must discuss. Red privilege.
He supposed to have a handprint on that jacket, boy. He supposed to have balled that thing up, boy.
You walk away from me, boy. You
I'm saying, like you, of all the people who was, out of all the black people who was at the Oscars and who could have presented the awards, I think you did it to the most mild mannered, controlled. Mm-hmm. I think the guy who hang around the most unblack people,
Caucasian,
out of all the people who know he's been in, like what Toya was saying. I think Chris Rock has been in those rooms feeling that way for a long time. how to navigate situation like that to the highest ability. That's the guy you hit. And you didn't.
It wouldn't
There was a lot of other people in there because I said that would have. All right now.
Sam Jackson.
You know what I'm saying?
He would have did that today. Dave smoked cigarettes. I think it would have been some repercussions behind that.
Bro, people forgot that DC Young Fly just pop. Somebody
definitely
tried
did
that same thing and running up on the stage in Louisiana talking about, oh, you talking about get off my wife.
Come here. Right? Yeah, come here. Yeah, talk about you now.
I never seen DC Young Fly apologize.
No, I ain't apologizing. Brother, that man would have turned around, fix his coat, and walked off. Bro, you would have thought it was WCW. He would have got the best flying scissor kick ever.
I'm telling you.
And that's not the big too. Will Smith, I know it's looked good, but Chris didn't even fall.
He didn't even flip. No. You slapped Chris Rock and he like.
Bro, Chris Rock is 5'10", 150.
Oh.
You 6'3", 220.
You're supposed to rock.
He didn't fall. He stood
did
there
off
like
the back foot. He was scared.
Boy. Chuck it up.
Yeah.
And, you were talking, huh? I say,
he
come
did
on,
it off
bro.
the back foot.
And his mouth wasn't bleeding. And he talked the rest of the dog. And then I said, oh, yeah, boy.
Well, old man said, you got to make my mouth catch up. That was the old man.
Yeah, I know like this. August was like this. I told you, he want nothing. You better keep him over there.
What?
You gotta keep that nigga over there.
Well,
he played Ali. I am Ali.
Listen, boy, that boy would have been a pinata on stage.
Hey, Blue, I hope it stays.
You know,
I ain't gonna lie to you. I hope it stays. I hope it. I hope this is all a sick trick they played on us to get. I hope so. I really do. Cause then our dignity is restored. Cause right now, it's just this fits the stereotype of black men can't control themselves. We always muck stuff.
That's the part that got me. And I'm like, damn. Yeah,
that's the part that got me.
This was just a distraction to distract us from the gas prices. They still too damn high.
Yeah.
Hey,
that's true.
I believe that now, Blue. Mika, you might be right about that. You might be right about that. Said
it beat them skinny ones. If a skinny one say you ain't doing nothing, boy, you in trouble, Will.
Yeah.
I hope so.
Damn, that's crazy.
That's horrible. Yeah. Hey, hold the comments. I'm going to Team Fire, man, because we'll be here all day laughing at Will, and then he want to come on this show.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, it's tax season still. I see my brother over there is doing some of the finest threads. You know what I'm saying? Thank you for the support, my brother. But you too, out there in Black Super Friend Podcast land can support as well. It's still tax season. It's not over. If you need to get your taxes done, if you have questions, concerns, feel free to get with us at Team Fire Infinity Taxes. I'm going to also ask that you tag and share because maybe some of your friends and family members have some comments on the Will, Jada, and Chris Rock scenario. And we love to, kind of talk and learn some things so that we can better refine each other and ultimately the youth. What do you have for them, Chris?
As we bring our last show of Woman History Month to a close, I like to highlight some of the women that I've personally supported. This book is from
Jalissa Hardy.
But you got these two books, and also I don't know what happened to this book, but I have this book also. So here you go, ladies. Happy Women's History Month.
And you got Will's book.
And I got Will. Slap on.
That's right. It's like the old Batman. You know what? We grew up watching the old Batman. Biff, pow, zam.
Mario, what you got to say to him?
Hey man, I want to echo that, man. We really appreciate women, man. You know what I'm saying? I listen, my wife, my mom constantly over the years, I got strong aunts, sisters, cousins. Listen, I don't know where I would be without them. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's why sometimes it do hurt when I hear the don't protect black women, because all my life, all I was taught was to do is protect black women. From the day I was a little boy. If your little cousin, somebody say something to them, whoop them. I don't care if you get suspended. I don't care. All my life I was told, don't let nobody say that to your mama, your auntie, your cousin. So, growing up in the city, I think that's a status quo of what all men do. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying women are lying, because a lot of us falling short as men in doing that. You know what I'm saying? And I think that we need to pick up the ball. But I just want to say, women, we love you. We love you, especially black women. I'm speaking for me. This is not the views of all the black super friends. This is me.
Yes, it is.
Especially
I'm about
black
to tell you.
yeah,
Yes, it
especially
is.
black women. Listen, all my life, I knew I was going to end up with one of y'all. And I tried to make sure she was on the lower end
Chocolate
of the
side.
the spectrum. So, you know what I'm saying? Not to mention I didn't want to have a Will Smith for a son. But that's neither here nor there. I lit it to Tootie, man. Appreciate you. And please like, share, and tag a friend.
Man.
Before we
you are
close out,
professional.
let me be the butthole. Hey, and I was looking for my notes, but I'm on the run. I do not like Joe Biden. And let's be honest. I think
Oh my soul!
that fool there.
Woo.
Hey, listen. I don't like him. But so we have a black woman right now who's up for nomination for the Supreme Court, right? And people are championing it. We're saying, oh, Joe Biden is doing such an amazing thing by making this appointment. The thing that bothers me is I'm seeing that she's the first black woman that's been nominated for the Supreme Court. And that is not true. I'm trying to remember her name, but y'all go Google it. There was a woman who was up for nomination before. And the person that actually made sure she did not get that nomination was Joe Biden himself. So I just try to be fair when we have this stuff. You can look later on tonight. I'll post that article on the Black Super Friends page. But I'm saying a lot of us are educated by what is put in front of us. But politics is a dirty game. So just like he's champion for this woman, he was the same one that didn't want a black woman before who was a real sister to get in that spot. Not talk about this sister and the sister, but I just think it's dirty politics, man. So, hey, if you came tonight, we apologize that we didn't do the other show. But
never apologize when a lady comes.
Wait a minute, Horace.
Yes, sir.
I see we were missing one of our Kitty Cat Club fan members, and it's her birthday. So, Nessa, if you out there, happy birthday from all of us here. We didn't get your jokes today or your input, but I know you probably turning up. So, therefore, happy birthday. From us, Tootie look like he don't want to tell you happy birthday, but you can cuss him out when you see him later on.
I'm working the board, man.
Birthday to you.
She ain't here, dog.
Okay, my bad.
All right, listen.
But you know,
it's catching on. The fever's catching on, so I appreciate that. We just try to expose some of the idiotic stuff that's going on out there, because most people are only educated by the media. So we do try to introduce some stuff that's foreign, even though people think we don't have that type of intelligence. Thank you. Please share it. Send it to a few people in the inbox, and we'll be back next week, Monday night, 9 p.m.